Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the R.O.C. Hangout Live. That's it, baby. We're bringing back the R.O.C. Hangout live broadcasted programming for you people in the realm and whoever else is out there watching us.
Yeah, man.
We know that tonight's a tough night. It's 9 o'clock. The Walking Dead season finale's on. Spoiler alert. It's a boring ass show. Just put it out there. No, actually, I really do like this season. This season has been refreshing with the whole time jump and stuff. But we're not here to talk about that. This is the R.O.C. Hangout. My name is Dust Mites. Welcome to the panel that's here tonight. Let's introduce yourself real fast, and let's get right into what we're talking. Tonight, we're talking about cons and meetups. How to start a con or a meetup, not a con, or a meetup in your area. How to get people engaged, how to get people focused, how to create your small NJCC in your area. So let's get to business. Eric, what's up?
Yo, 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 yo. What's happening, good folks?
I got a trademark on that. Stop.
Hey, take it easy. Take it easy.
You could say oi, 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 like a ska band, but you can't go yo, yo, yo.
He's going to send you a PayPal invoice.
Yes. Every time someone steals one of my shticks, I send them a PayPal invoice.
Every yo is 28 cents.
You got to pay sample clearances.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. We're sidetracking already.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, but what's happening, everybody? Eric here. Yeah, man. I'm excited to get into this topic. It's going to be great.
Awesome, man. You're the one that threw the topic at me today. Josh co-signed it. So, we'll talk a little bit, and I'll have you guys take a little bit of a lead. How's that sound?
Sounds phenomenal.
Right. Look who it is. Sergeant. The Sergeant's in the house. Man, I haven't done a right out the box in a while. I think we should do those all in one show. What do you think?
That would be fun.
Combaticons. I may need some people in there to keep me awake.
Yeah,
we could do it.
Keep me moving.
We could shit on them for a couple hours,
What are you talking about? I love them chunky boys.
They will be in single bot mode, so we can shit on them in that
mode. What's up, guys? Thanks for having me, Eric and BX here. In case you didn't know, and I'm doing it backwards tonight. Last night was liquid therapy. I'm here having a couple of drinks. I'm feeling pretty good. So just rein me in if I go a little too far off the ledge.
Nah, I'm looking forward to that. You got work tomorrow?
I do, but I think after this one I'm gonna chill for a bit.
Not me, man. Day one of vacations in the books.
Oh, nice.
All right, Josh.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? I'm just keeping it short and simple.
Speaking of short and simple, Sam. Oh man, he's not here.
As he muted.
Well, Sam is on. Sam is playing Daddy Duty tonight, so he'll be back, and we'll introduce him for him. Hey, Sam. All right, sounds good. All right, guys.
He would say, "I'm happy to be here."
Ooh, excuse me. Vacation day one is in the books. It's a wrap. I illuminated the studio a little bit with some RGB lights. Of course, I have no lights in my detox, but I'll put RGB lights all over my apartment. That's just how it is, I guess. One day I'll get the detox lit up. I promise you guys. But yeah, here with you guys. So let's get on to it, man. Let's get right into the meat and potatoes here. Let's talk about cons and meetups. We all know how one of the many different ways the realm started was a little show in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, which is going to be this weekend, called NJCC, New Jersey Collectors Convention. Started out as kind of like a G.I. Joe based show. Now it's a little bit more modern and more Transformers. I think it has a little bit the influence of people that have been going there, but this is how it started, and I'm gonna kind of people know the story, and I'm mumbling and rambling like an idiot, like a mumble rapper. When I first got into collecting in 2012, thanks to Rolling Steel, my brother, back in the game, Masterpiece, Transformers, Chugs, whatever I get my hands on. I started Googling comic shops. Of course, comic shop, toy shops are dead around here. So I started Googling toy shows. Saw one that was coming up, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Hit the Google Maps. 2 hours away. Yo, you want to check this out? Yeah, I heard about that show. Let's go down. All right, bet. We set the day. We were very, very, very big on Instagram at the time. Instagram was the shit back then, and we were very active. We had a little other group that was on there. A couple of different groups that were on there, building relationships that, of course, flourished into relationships we have now with the realm. And hit up a couple of people, said they were kind of local. Handful of us, I believe, at the time. Myself, my brother. I think Jay Ruse was there. I don't know if he went to the first one. I'm trying to remember, man. It was just such a long time ago. Just like 4 or 5 of us, you know. Asian Kid Matt came with Jill. At the time, they were seeing each other, you know. So we had like a handful of people. Tattoo Devil, Bobby Starscream, who was down with us at the time.
Yep.
You know, just a handful of us. And we were like, this is fucking awesome. You know, we walked around the show. Wasn't huge, small show, but home, nice, small enough, big enough to keep your mind for a while. And we went to lunch. And I think the best part of that day was us going to lunch and sitting there for like almost 3 hours and just bullshitting and talking and getting to know each other and collecting. And it was fucking awesome. And when's the next one? We said. And we made plans for the next one. The next one was bigger. And then it was bigger. And then there was, I believe it was the third one where the restaurant that's in there, they gave us the back room, like a separate room, because that's how many people we had at lunch.
That was my first one.
Was that it?
It was August 2015. It was my first one. So that's when we got that room in the back. And there was a bunch of us like eating back there.
Yeah. Remember that? That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
Everybody.
That was almost like my first experience, like meeting a lot of you guys in person. And obviously I'm still here, you know, now going on 4 years later.
I remember another guy that used to go there a lot in the beginning was Bricks on a Dollar. That's through Instagram. He said, yeah, he hit me up one day. I go to that show. I said, awesome. Love to meet you.
He was there that day. He was there.
And one of the older shows, he showed up. Hair down the hair. That's when he had really long hair. Motorcycle helmet under his fucking arm, leather jacket. What's up, man? What's up? Didn't know each other. And yeah, man. Then we talked about the Lego stuff. And then he went to the next one. The next one, it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's building relationships on social media. And social media makes it so simple nowadays to build relationships. And as much as we hate social media, it's a big key. So if you're planning on something, that's the way you got to put the bat signal out. And, I annoy people sometimes with my promotion on Instagram or always showing, hey, NJCC's coming up or this, or bumping it in the Facebook group or posting. But that's how you spark interest. It's advertising, and that's pretty much how we got that started. And that's not the realm of collectors in a total, but that is one of the many pillars of the foundation to say.
I mean, yeah, I agree. What's up, Brian?
Yeah,
hey, Brian. What's up?
It's funny. I remember that post too, where you guys are all in that one room at the barbecue joint, and you're like, "Man, they gave us this room. It was all great, and the service was great." And I tell you, that did not set expectations for future events.
Well, it kind of, and you can see it. I have a couple of videos that I post every once in a while. I used to do like little video montages with music behind it, and I kind of post them, the older ones, when NJC comes around. I think I got about 3 or 4. I always promise I'm going to do a new one, but I never do. Maybe this time. And you could just see everybody meeting up and me running around with the camera and going past everybody, and check out those videos. And those are the older shows before we started getting really big in there. And then we decided to start selling, and we got some tables out in the lobby, and then we got some tables inside, and then we got the island. And then, now you got people driving 4 hours to come see us or be with us or hang out with us or to chill. And now it's a 2-day show. So being a 2-day show, if you live far away, it may not be cool to drive 4 hours for one day and that little bit of a show, but now it's a 2-day event. You get a hotel room, you hang out with us, we go to dinner, we do things after the show, we're at the bar, so it opens up that whole meet and greet and collect and connect, atmosphere.
And that was Bricks who got us selling that one time too. And we all got that bug.
Because we made a lot of money.
Yeah. We never.
Number one, we didn't have to fucking ship anything. And number two, the money was coming so fast and quick. I remember that first. I had a fucking.
Yeah, it was great.
Guapped up.
Just because it was so last minute, and it was like, all right, we got like about 6 tables that we need to kind of fill. So if you got anything, just bring it. And then we did. So it was like that last minute scramble. Let's bring stuff, and the money aspect was definitely good to make money. But I think the other aspect of it was getting that chance to actually speak to the people that were there at the show. Like, you know what I'm saying, and letting them know like about what we were doing, and then we never stopped since then. Like that was it. Like, and
what's cool is like people come up to our tables and everybody's wearing the same shirt. Well, what's this all about? Oh, and what's awesome is like I'll get the first guy, Jose gets the second guy. I look over there, Brian's doing the schmeal to this guy, doing the sell. You know what I mean? We're all telling people what it's all about, and these are the perfect avenues and venues for us to get some word out there.
And the networking had to be great right there.
Yeah.
The networking had to be really, really good. Is this the spot y'all also went to Buffalo Wild Wings?
Yeah, we do that afterwards. I don't know
that's what actually sparked us here in Michigan. Seeing the videos of you guys doing the Buffalo Wild Wings.
Well, we also do it at ToyCon too. So
okay,
it's kind of like a.
No, it was around this time though. It was around this time of the year. So. But yeah, I remember that, and that's what actually got me to thinking, like, man, like these guys are having so much fun. They're so far away. Why can't we do our own here?
Yeah.
And then the rest was history.
Well, what I like with when NJCC went 2 days, it was like, all right, we could sell when there's enough time to hang out with people. Because I felt like us standing at tables kind of took away what we normally do at these shows, everybody eating together. But then with everybody staying there for 2 days and getting a hotel room, we got dinner. We got afterwards. You go to the bar, have a couple of drinks, go outside and hang out with the smokers, and go up over here and hang out with them, and go to a room upstairs and hang out, and it just it kind of becomes like a little con in its own. It's like our own little private little con. Everybody's everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's this weekend. Please come down and check us out. See what's up. TFCon's right around the corner. People's got cons everywhere in their area. Let's talk about how and what you guys can do to get your own meetups going.
Yeah, man.
Eric, I'm going to pass it to you. I'm going to pass it to Josh. And Sam, introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Sam. Thanks for having me.
I told you.
I can say that on this show, man. And I'm a guest.
Real quick, we do have some spots left. If you want to join the R.O.C. Hangout Live, the link is in the Realm of Collectors Facebook group. Pop in if it's your first time. Just come in anyway. Don't be shy.
Pop in.
We're talking meeting ups and politicking and creating a bigger community. And this is one of the ways to do it. This is another pillar of the foundation. Like that pillar of the foundation.
People come in here.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I'm shutting my mic off.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
You're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Eric's like, shut the fuck
up. All right, so real quick, guys, for those again who don't know me, my name is Eric. I live here in Michigan, Metro Detroit area, born and raised in Detroit, live out in Southfield, and
8 Mile, bitch.
Just to piggyback off of what Dust was saying is that yeah, man, you can kind of do this in your own neck of the woods, man. They do what they do out there on the East Coast because most of those guys live close in that vicinity. But them doing the new NJCC and then seeing the videos posted throughout the day is actually what sparked me to say, you know what, we can do this in Michigan. So I reached out to Chris and said, hey, man, I'm thinking about doing a hangout here. Is that cool with you guys if we do like a rock hangout here? And he couldn't be more excited. And then I talked to Dust about it, yada yada yada. And that's what he would say. This, as he always says, this is what it's always about. So we just got a Facebook group together on Messenger rather, and I hit up all the guys I knew was here in Michigan. You got Chris Mayville, you got Daniel Williams. And then my homeboy Anthony, who lives here, who went to the first TFCon with me out at TFCon 2017 out in Reston. And then we got another couple of friends. So he always goes to the conventions here, man. And I was like, look, we got to put the word out. Let's get this going. And we had about 6-7 guys there at a place called Royale with Cheese, which oddly enough is a Pulp Fiction restaurant.
Royale with cheese.
Royale with Cheese.
What they call
You guys just did
what
it
they call
like
a Whopper?
Yep. We had a hangout at the restaurant. You know, and it was nothing to it, man. You just make a phone call and say, hey, I want to bring 8 guys down here in about 2 weeks, and can you accommodate us? And you know, you put the information in the chat, and like Dust said, you promote it, you bump it, you know, once every other day or whatever, and just try to gain interest. You know,
See, that's cool, man. Because like if you live somewhere, like if there's not a con available, or like if there's just not one when you're wanting to get together, like that's always an option, you know.
Yep, and that was just it. It wasn't a con at the time. Like here in Michigan, like the Detroit area around this time of the year, it's pretty dry when it comes down to cons. So you got to wait till May, and we got Motor City Comic Con coming up, which is like one of our biggest cons. People drive from Grand Rapids to Chicago to come to that thing.
Yeah.
But that's all the way in May, so we wanted to do something, man, and we did that. And you know, ever since then, we've been kind of hooking up every now and then, trying to see if this person's going to be at this con or this, that, and the other. We had another one planned. We had to cancel it just due to things that happened. But, you know, I had a rap party last year for our foundation, and I invited people from the realm, and it was like a rap party / rock party, you know. Had a good time, man. So you can do it. You just have to, you got to be diligent and find people who are really interested in the same stuff. And, you know, just because you don't get 20 or 30 people, don't get discouraged. I mean, sometimes the smaller hangouts are better anyway.
Yeah, I think it goes back to a line that Dust says a lot. You know, you get out what you put in, and sometimes it does take a bit of effort. You know, it does take that bit of effort to put your foot forward and to be the one to step up and organize things like that. And that's basically what it is. And you could use, like you mentioned, like a Baltimore Comic Con that might be coming up in May. Like you said, that could be the catalyst, the meeting point for just, even if it's a small group of guys to get together. And even like you said, just even trying to organize a smaller meetup before a big gathering like that. But you could still use those cons as something like a meeting point.
It's your base. It's your base.
And
I mean, look at us when we go to Toy Con. We have more fun at fucking lunch. You know?
Yeah,
and then afterwards we start coming, you know, the past couple times we come back to my place and we hang out here and open up my doors and again, even more, you know what I mean, to the next level.
Because like some people might not be as willing to just like go meet up with a bunch of people. They might be more comfortable like meeting at the con first instead of just going and hanging out with these group of dudes, you know.
Oh, believe me, I've heard the stories over all the years about how people were scared to come meet a bunch of guys, you know. And I think Dave said it the best. He's like, he's driving to the con, and I believe what his wife said at the time was, so we're driving to Jersey to meet a bunch of guys you don't know or some shit like that.
Yeah, never met in person or like, and that could be tough for some people, man.
It is, but you know, this is how you get people out of their shells.
Take the leap of faith.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Who cares? If you don't like it or you feel uncomfortable, you leave. Unless there's a crock pot in the room.
But I feel like there's no way that would happen. Like, because even like just like me with my first experience at NJCC, like almost coming on 4 years ago now, and then still kind of being a part of what we do. It was the same thing for Dave. Like when he had another event, I think in Philly, he was close by, and JCC just happened to be that weekend, and he came through and he actually spoke up and was like, "Hey, I'm so and so. You know, my name is Dave. I watch you guys." And imagine if he didn't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? The way Dave is so involved.
Well, what was good with that was the next week or a couple of weeks later, there was another con in the Meadowlands, and he said he was going. I'm like, "I'll meet you there." And then I spent the whole afternoon just me, him, and I believe it was Ian at the time. Ian was there. You know, and that's how we got Ian involved, you know, because I was there doing my schmeal. You know what I mean? You know, getting people to drink the Kool-Aid, as they say. You know.
Yeah. I mean, this is a great way to get your feet wet. Like, we did a lot of the unbroadcasted stuff. I know, you know, when you're on air and it's live, there is a certain amount of stage fright that you know, could come with that, and you just get comfortable like over time. But even the unbroadcasted hangouts are a great way to kind of get acclimated. And then when you look up in person, I believe for the most part, everybody could say they have a great experience during the in-person meetups, like what we're gonna be, what's gonna be going on this weekend. You know, like
and if you want to come on one of these shows and you don't want people to see you, just turn your camera off. Just use your audio. That's fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's fine.
I will say also, just to piggyback on that, Jose, is what made me feel comfortable bringing my family to meet you guys at a con was being in hangouts with these guys. And my wife was wondering, like, she's like, so like you guys really have friendships off of this? Like these guys you see online all the time, like there's a friendship to this. And at first she couldn't understand it, but when she got around all of us at TFCon, she was like, I get it. This makes sense.
Yeah.
This makes sense now.
I hear that.
And then you guys came down for Jason and Bethany's wedding at the beginning of this month.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And she got to see even more of it in hand, I think.
Well, and then you got all these extra things, like, you know, like Bobby Skullface opening his home to us. We all get to see each other again.
Yeah.
You know, Dustapalooza, when I did that big party, you know, everybody, you know, Chris having everybody down for the holidays, some people down for holiday events. And, you know, it leads into more and more and more. So it's really an incredible thing that we got, guys. I really say so.
I agree.
Really
and I'm doing a barbecue this summer, man. I'm gonna get the guys over here.
Hell yeah.
You know, Daniel lives literally maybe 5 miles from my house, and you know, I've been over to his house a few times. He had a birthday party and went over to his crib for that. And you know, I wanted to check out this figure before I bought it. He had it. Boom, I'm at his crib. You know?
Awesome.
So like, it's building those friendships and those relationships, but it all started from the Facebook and the groups and seeing you guys there.
Yeah, man. That's
yeah,
good stuff.
And I'll kind of piggyback off Dust. You said
the word of the night is piggyback.
Piggyback, baby.
Welcome to the Piggyback Podcast.
Trademarks.
I think Thursday nights are free.
Yeah. You
piggybacking.
The type of community that's in this group, man, it really is unique, you know. And just as far as like how quick people come together and like build relationships with each other, man, it's like that, you know. And then how welcoming everybody is, because I remember I've been watching ETR since when did you guys start? Like that was like 2014. Jesus,
13.
I think it was 2015 also.
Yeah.
And I never even like came into an unbroadcasted thing until like this past summer. So it took me like 3 years to get the balls to do it.
I bust people's balls a lot. Get in there. Get in there.
And I was like, and it was that same shit. Like I was like, man, like they're just, I don't know, like you were being new coming in, but like everyone was so welcoming. And now I'm in these bitches all the time, you know?
With one thing with us is like, I mean, we're a bunch of fucking wise asses and we bust balls. We're just dudes that like to bust balls, and you know, sometimes we may seem a little too aggressive for some people.
Comes from love, though.
Yeah, you know? But you know, that's just us being us. It's like hanging out on the corner with your buddies and you know, busting balls, and
you got to have kind of a thick skin.
And it's not for everybody. It definitely isn't for anybody, and I get it. And that's where you get the guys that are in the back, in the group, posting every once in a while, in the chat maybe, and not really. But, you know, once they come to these shows and actually meet us and see us, and they're like, you know, boy, you guys are really like you are in the shows, and you guys are fucking open and friendly. And I'm like, yeah, this is us. This is us.
And it's like me growing up, like I had 6 brothers, and it was like, you didn't bust someone's balls unless you liked them, you know what I mean? Like you didn't fuck with someone, you just didn't talk to them. So all. It's all good.
Yep.
Oh, look who snuck up in. Someone slid all up in there, trying to get all
I'm just saying, you know. I heard you guys talking about random people, you know. So
it's still daylight out there, right?
Yeah. Just got my kids some dinner, so
it's our West Coast Avenger.
So yeah, right. Speaking of meetups on the West Coast,
what's up, dude? What's happening?
Sneaking in here, seeing, checking on you guys, learning how to, invite people to cons and whatnot. Since we just kind of experimented with that for a second at the West Coast TF Con.
Yeah, well, tell us how that work out.
I mean, there was 3 of us, so I mean,
hey, that was awesome.
That was
it
wasn't me at the bar, so that's good. But no, it was interesting because I was just kind of like listening in, and it's what I think Sam was just saying about just community in general, right? Like when I was doing my press tour there for a week, I was talking about like just the West Coast in general, like how it's just kind of hard to get people together, and it's kind of like somebody was saying that West Coast people are snooty, and I was like, I think we're just independent. We just kind of do our own thing.
Yeah, that's funny because I know like a lot of the toy groups that I'm in, most of those dudes are in the West Coast, and like they do all the same stuff, man. So it's
and I've never seen any of that. So it's
funny.
Yeah, it's just
real quick. I'm gonna crowbar something in here, not piggyback. Crowbar and something. That's a dust mite.
Wedge it in.
I'm gonna crowbar it in here. But you see people posting in the group. Oh, went to TF Con in LA today. Like, why didn't you meet up with these guys? Why are you posting your haul from TF Con when you got members there that you could just chill with? And that's where I think people just take us like, oh, it's another group, and we're not another fucking group.
Yeah,
we're not a Facebook. I hate the term Facebook group.
No, and I think that's important because like I'm kind of I'm still kind of cynical, and I don't know, like when I'm trying to meet people, like the welcoming nature of the realm itself has been fantastic, right? Because I've been maybe a part of it for 6-7 months now, and like like Dust was just saying, I was one of those guys that was scared to death to talk to anybody. Like I went from California to Chicago. I was like, I'm gonna meet everybody. And then I got scared on site, but it was like just the fact that you guys are all like, you're very welcoming. It's like, well, now we have to do that to our own.
I think I saw
show.
Bigfoot more in my life than I did that weekend with you there.
Bigfoot, you see some like random guy staring at you. Like,
I see Caleb doing the Bigfoot sideways. There he is. Caleb sighting.
Yeah. But shout out to Caleb. I mean, we met in the elevator going up to go pick up the rock box, man. And I sparked a conversation. We were just talking real quick, and then I'm like, "Oh, you getting off at the same floor as us? Who knew?" Like he was a part of the round, but like a friendship sparked from there, man. And love
and here's something else with that: how many members that we grabbed in that were walking in the hallway and said, "What's going on here?" Like John B. That's how he got involved. What's going on here? Well, it's the rock. We're picking up. What's a rock box? Oh, it's a t-shirt. Oh, this sounds cool. Got online, bought a rock box. In ever since, and that's crazy. That's nuts.
That's cool.
Number one, nobody online knew what the t-shirt was and what the boxing entailed. And then you have someone who knows nothing about us whatsoever getting online and paying for it just to say, fuck it, I got it. This is incredible. Why is there 700 goons in the fucking hallway? What's going on?
Oh yeah, we were deep. That line wrapped around the to the elevator access from the hallway.
Everybody was like, the casting couch. We're here for our casting couch.
An audition?
Yeah.
And the cool thing also is what happens afterwards, like the aftermath and stuff. Like somebody like Caleb, like who I personally didn't really have an opportunity to interact with, even though he was there like at the show in person, but he's been jumping in the hangouts now. I've seen him here, so when next time at the next event when we're all in person, I'll be seeing him, I'll be greeting him, and again another relationship happens. It grows and
you'll feel super comfortable. It's like us forever.
And Caleb, he's a perfect example of somebody who's really come out of his shell in the past few months too. Because, like he was saying, dude, seriously, when you came up to me at TFCon in Chicago, when we were in the rock box line there, ready to get a rock box, and you introduced yourself, and I was like, oh man, glad you're here. And, you were telling me, oh, glad you made it and everything. And then the rest of the weekend, I would just see you every now and then. You'd be like, hey, but you always seem scared to talk. But now it's like you're coming in the hangouts and you're talking and bullshitting with us. And that's exactly what it's, the great thing just to see you come out of that shell. and become a friend to us.
Hey, he's a superstar. He was on around 30 Minutes with Deluxe. That's big time. Yeah, we got to get a bigger door at Nick TFCon to get his head through the door.
I mean, it was already big already, so it's fine.
Enter the Realm and 30 Minutes with Deluxe in the same week.
Hey,
not everybody makes it to Enter the Realm there, buddy.
Double dipping.
I was very thankful, and I was a little starstruck. I was like, hey. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing Deluxe.
We're a bunch of guys talking about fucking toys. Relax.
But I mean, I think even still too, like, I mean, just those interactions that I had at the Rock Box line, right? Like Eric saw that I was just like probably scared to death. Who's that fat guy in the corner just sweating? That's weird. Okay, like,
wait, you got to be more specific.
Yeah, that's true. That's good. Wow. Who's that third fat guy in line next to me?
That's funny.
But but it was a moment because it's like in person, right? Like my friends that I have in real life, like I've never really talked to anybody about this kind of stuff, so it's like it's kind of intimidating when you're like, oh, you guys actually know what I'm talking about when I say this kind of stuff, right? Yeah, so like, there's that
what
weird
do you think
like
the whole point of doing this is, man. Nobody, we all, we
right.
were all in a situation where we didn't have anybody like us around each other. Yeah. I didn't have anybody. I had my brother, but we didn't see each other all the time. So fuck it, let's create an outlet. Let's try this. Get people in here. See if people want to be a part of this.
Exactly.
And it worked. It fucking worked.
Exactly, because in your day-to-day life, like you're not talking to at least the majority of us, like as far as like your co-workers or the people you see in your day-to-day life, you're not discussing things like
I talk to you guys more than my family. You guys are my family.
Yes.
Okay? And that's the God's honest fucking truth.
Yeah.
The truth. You guys are my brothers. All right? For real. And I'm not trying to, get all sentimental, but for real. Honestly, man, you have a bad day. I live a very secluded lifestyle where I am here in the fucking woods, and I look forward to talking to you guys.
Living on top of a trap house.
It's I'm in the hood part of the woods. I'm in a valley. I call it the valley. You got to come. I am in a valley here. So Hackettstown is the valley.
Josh lives on top of a mountain.
But
yeah.
No, I do.
It's. I lived in Brooklyn my whole life. This is the woods.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. No, I hear you on that, man. And yeah,
I know I get very sentimental or very emotional when I talk about this shit, but it just means so much to me.
Drink another beer. Drink another beer.
Yeah, I'm gonna have another beer. I'm on vacation. We drink Heineken's on vacation for the first 2 days, and then the money runs out.
Then we got to drink. Then we got to go back to the 50-cent Cobras.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Then I'm pulling out the Meisterbrow from the trunk, the 30 pack. Meisterbrow. I gotta go get. I leave it in the trunk and I go get it like 11 o'clock when it's dark. Nobody sees me.
And then drop one on the way back.
Dude, just think of how many fucking fun times we've had in these hangouts. And yeah, man, it sucks. People come and go and people move on. And sometimes this isn't for people or you don't get what you want out of it. But we had so many good times. Like I tell people, go back and watch some of the old hangouts. Yeah, you may not know or recognize some of the people that are on there, but the fun we would have and the bullshitting and the camaraderie and the shit that happens, the Eric-tron moment. Shit like that. It's just priceless, priceless, You can't stage that. You can't make it. It just happens. And it's very magical what we do and what we got. And I'm only 5 beers in, so I'm not getting, but I'm really honest, man. It's just, I love what we have here. And I want to thank everybody for being part of it.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
No doubt, man.
And that's the Rock Father getting sentimental. I'm sorry. No. All right, back to the business here. Sam, you're on. All right.
Sam is on mute.
All right, Sam. So, all right. How do we get people to get more engaged? How do we get people to get engaged, to start things in our area, to come out of a shell, to just say, hey, I got 3 friends that like this. All right, we're going to wear our rock shirts. We're going to go in there. We're going to talk about it. We're going to try to tell people what we're all about. We're going to push the YouTube channel. We'll tell them about the Facebook group. How do we do that? How do we do that?
I'll start that off, man. Like again, I think
don't tell the same story you did 10 minutes ago, please.
No, definitely not. But I think the best way is, and the biggest thing is just reaching out to people when you see them at cons. Like I'm a part of the realm. I have business cards. I have the little stickers, and just pass stuff out, man. Like people like free stuff. You know what I mean?
Like I said, I was saying before the show, and I know we mentioned it time and time again, but making like a convention package, throwing it on the website, you pay just a couple bucks for shipping, and you get like 100 business cards, 100 stickers, a PDF to print out like a
R.O.C.
the R.O.C's mission statement. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I've had this idea for years. We just never made it work, and I really want to make that happen this year. And people should just go online, right to the Realm of Collectors website, right on the merchandise page, and just click, I want 1 pack, 2 packs, whatever. You get your cards, you get your stickers, you get your paraphernalia, you get your little tchotchkes, whatever the fuck it is, and you bring it to the shows. Yep. And there you go. Yep. You pass out 50 cards, you get 10 people, 5 people, whatever. It works. It'll work. Leave them. I go to shows and I leave them on the urinal. I leave them on urinals. I leave them in the bathroom on the sinks. I leave them I put them everywhere. The first TF Con, they were everywhere. They're in the elevators. They were this, they were that. I remember one person that worked for the hotel said, "Oh, you're the guys." Everywhere. We had our Enter the Realm shirts because that's how we promoted it first, because Enter the Realm. That's how you get into the Realm of Collectors. Enter the Realm. Enter the Realm was our door opener. That's why we started that. That's why I named it that. It opens the door. And the stickers were everywhere. I mean, we didn't want to do stickers. We did cards. The cards were everywhere. We did the stupid thing with the beads, with the cards on the beads. Great idea. Great idea on paper.
I found 2 sets of beads while I was scrounging for stuff today.
Great idea on paper. We just didn't realize that the beads were going to get tangled up when you walk around with them. But you don't
want people showing you their man boobs as well.
Yeah, well, it was show us your toys, not your tits. Show us your toys.
That guy's got a lot of beads. That's kind of weird, man.
Yeah, I mean, and I remember us. This is us in the hotel room. The guys are in the hotel room with a hole punch, putting them together. The show, but hey, it was a marketing idea, and people said, "What are these guys with the beads? What are they doing?" And then when you watch if you watch any video that people
show
have
your
at TFCon, show us your toys. Show us your toys. Come on, relax. Show us your toys. If you see people that have videos on YouTube of TFCon that year, you see all these people with our fucking beads and that business card around their fucking neck. How dope of a marketing idea is that?
No, it's guerrilla marketing, dude. I mean,
yeah.
My job in the real world is marketing. That's what we do, like trade shows and stuff. Like it's just like you have, like you were saying, your starter pack. You got like free pins. People go nuts over pins. Yeah. So like R.O.C. pins, and
it was
hired.
It was our first. Yeah, we got. We need to talk after the show, right?
You can have that one. You can have that one. That's right. And then I can see yo for a second.
It was like
Caleb. I hear you can get a great deal on pins at Pin Island.
I heard that episode.
When we first started, we were still doing. I was shy, believe it or not. I didn't really feel like everybody really was kind of like weird because it was our first con, and nowadays I'll just be like, yo, here. But back then
crazy,
we were still kind of in our little shell ourselves. So it was just awesome. The people tell you, that those beads turn my neck green. Of course they did. They were green. The beads were green. Of course they turned your neck green. What do you think? Was the gold fucking chain? LL Cool J? No, green. But
hilarious.
It just goes to show how we all did do this and start this, man. So I'm gonna try to get that starter pack, and if we could get it going and whatnot, and it shouldn't be too hard. I mean, I don't want to. We could just saran wrap them up or shrink wrap them and just saran wrap.
Yeah, they came. No, they came in a Ziploc bag, man. Kind of rubber band and wrapped together, and it was a cool little pack, man. It had the R.O.C logo on the outside. It had the Ram New Jersey license plate tag. I was like,
yeah, man. We have so many stickers and stuff that we've done over the years, man. It started. I think what would it start? Oh, we got business cards. Ooh. And then it was. We did the special Enter the Realm shirts for TFCon. the attendees that were going in the group, and then we did stickers, and it just grew and grew and grew. And all that shit, all that revenue goes so we could do rock parties and, you know, rent the big suites and get the booze and get the food and, you know, do all those things, you know, so we can grow even more.
Yeah, I keep a few business cards on me with the business cards for our foundation, man. I keep them with me. You just never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
And now that with us growing with, you know, having the podcast network, you know, the YouTube channel, like they call it, the podcast.
The Realm of Collectors podcast network.
Yeah, we got a network now, you know, and then, you know, pushing all the shows now, like back, it wasn't, now we have content and more media, and I want to grow more media. I want to be Ted Turner, this shit, you know what I mean? And then, you know, linking up with all the other guys was, you know, creating the Cool Table Network. It's just a no-brainer, man. Like-minded people, you know, doing what we do. We respect them. They respect us. We all interchange and talk and, you know, bounce off each other. And it just brings more people in instead of being those guys on the outside saying, fuck those dudes. Fuck those dudes.
Yeah.
No. As
we got
one.
too much of that going on as it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, what is it? What is it? Gotcha Man Battle of the Planets? 5 acting as one.
Yep.
What's it?
Everybody thought that. Everybody
it's not
thought that
Captain
was
Planet.
Voltron the other day.
Yep. But yeah, I'm getting a little nostalgic with my Battle of the Planets and Gotcha Man. But you know, that's it, man.
You watched that Toy Galaxy episode Friday, didn't you?
Oh no, I watched it. Oh, that was fucking awesome, man. That was awesome. Did you guys see that Hanna-Barbera link I posted?
Yeah, I
watch that. That's fucking interesting as fuck. I don't want to sidebar, but
oh, what is that? Hanna-Barbera?
It tells you how Hanna-Barbera, it gives you the history on how it started and what destroyed it. Why, you know, how it was ruling Saturday mornings and killing the cartoon community. And then Reagan passed the bill where you could use kids' cartoons to promote products. And then the 80s came in and the G.I. Joes and the Mask and the Transformers and the She-Ras and the He-Mans, and it totally killed Hanna-Barbera.
Where can you see that?
I posted it in the link. I posted in the link. Posted in the group, excuse me.
All right, cool. Dude,
it was a good watch. It's only about 15 minutes long, but I didn't know that they started out as Tom and Jerry. They created Tom and Jerry. Yeah.
Wow. They started off with they pioneered the whole limited animation technique, and that's why it got on TV. And then animation history, dude. I love that stuff.
It was really interesting. I don't really post that many Facebook links in the Facebook group. When I do, it's something that I thought it was cool that maybe someone else could enjoy.
I don't post many links in the group, but when I do,
they're not self-promoting links. we're talking about doing self-promoting on Wednesdays, and that's it. Self-promoting Wednesdays. It's in one thread, and everything goes into that one thread.
That's making a Dos Equis referral, but
right. So I got a question for Caleb. Being out that you're out in LA, Southern California.
Hey, don't call me LA, buddy. All right. You just insulted a San Diegan.
Exactly, my bad, man.
What?
I love California. I'm there like
San Diegan.
San Diegan.
Don't.
So I'm there.
Way to get flagged.
Every other year. But what has been the biggest struggle for you guys to get together? I mean, I'm sure you know some people who are in these things, but is it like distance? Is it location, or just not enough promotion?
I think it's a combination of like all three, right? So like, I think with us, it's, you know, because like kind of going back just to what was said earlier, it's like, you know, I've been going to, you know, San Diego Comic-Con since like '94, right? When they actually sold comics there, which is another story altogether. Like I just got back today from WonderCon in Anaheim. And I think what happened is it's just like, people just get stuck in their little camps, right? So like there are nerds out there, and I kind of am guilty of this myself, but it's like self-hating nerds, right? They're like, you like Star Wars? Fucking nerd. And it's just like, there's like people get stuck in their camps, right? So I think what's happening.
No, never.
Yeah, right. Weird, right?
But like, you guys like Star Wars? Yeah. George Lucas is an asshole. How can you like this shit, guys?
But it's just like, and it's one of those things. It's like trying to break down that, hey, dude, just relax. Like, it's not Nintendo versus Sega right now. You can chill. Like, we're not going to kill each other over like nerd stuff. Like, and I think just breaking down those barriers. It's just like, hey, like TFCon LA, right? So Esteban and Lance was there, right? And I saw them posting the most. And again, I was a little hesitant to reach out to somebody locally because I'm like, oh shit, does that mean we have to like go pick up curtains now and stuff, like hang out like, all the time? Like, it was a weird step, but then I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna go talk to these guys, and it was fine. It was like a normal human interaction, right? So it's like just getting people to break out of that, just reach out and just start talking to somebody, and like the next time that there is another local event, I'm gonna see if there's anybody within the area. Just be like, hey, you know what? I can't find any groups or anybody leading this. Screw it, I'll do it.
Awesome.
Because it's just like, what? I'm tired of
ladies and gentlemen, our West Coast Avengers. And
the next thing you know, Caleb, in a few years, is going to be the next president of the United States.
Oof, I don't know about that.
No, that's cool, man.
Nobody's coming to my house.
Grab them by the
foot in my house because I'm really still private. But other than that,
listen, what you just described is like, I mean, sometimes you just have to put that foot forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I realized like something like that is not in everybody. So for somebody like Eric, somebody like UK, if you're willing to put that foot forward, that's a benefit to the community as a whole. And and it'll help people that maybe are a little bit more shy and maybe couldn't take that step, and maybe because somebody else did, they'd be willing to just show up and be there. And then you never know what comes to that.
We need more guys like that.
Yep.
We need more guys like that. Definitely do. Take the initiative, take the ball and run.
Yeah. It's basically also too. It kind of goes back to just extremely basic human interaction, right? Like, we get so worked up. Like, the reason why I started getting into this stuff because I was having no, that's okay. No. But like, he's got the lights and everything, dude. He's awesome.
I did something today.
Party time.
RG beat up the fucking studio. Nice. Like I said, no lights in my detox, but I got lights everywhere else in my house. Toilet bowls, living rooms everywhere. Cat dishes, cat bowls. Yeah, it's amazing. Cat litter. It's okay. I'm sorry, Cam. Go ahead.
No. I was like thinking about like a litter box, like flashing. That was
dude. It's awesome. Wookie loves it.
Yeah. But what you need to do is dump a bunch of Pop Rocks in there for the next time with the flashing lights, and then when
you look, I changed the fucking litter. All right, Nathan Haskell's coming over. I got to fucking change the litter, and it's pissing me off.
But I think it's just reaching out. It's like instead of being the guy that's like, fuck, I can't find anybody. That's like, okay, fine, I'm gonna start talking to people. Like, and it's just like where I was at in my life, my mental state. And why I got into collecting, right? And then why I'm like listening to all your guys' stories. I'm like, oh, you guys have a very similar. There's a lot of people with similar stories as to why I got into this. And like, I was going through some stuff, and like, this oddly enough has helped me with my own personal life, to try to like just feel better about just humanity in general, right? So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna just start. It's gonna be tough. It's not like gonna be easy, but just start again, reaching out to people and just
you
got
like, hey,
are you gonna be here? Like,
you got us here to help you. Remember that,
man. Absolutely.
And I never believed that stuff. I was like,
I remember what you were saying. You also said like hearing people and what they go through. That's why I like to talk more than just toys. I like to have those shows and those nights where we just bullshit to get to know a little bit more about each other. It's not just about Transformers and Marvel Legends and Hot Toys or whatever. I like the banter, the interaction. That's why I'll do liquid therapy shows where we all get a drink on and just bullshit, talk about movies and this and that or whatever things in our life, and get people to know more about us, and then they realize that they're not an alien, because some people feel like they're an alien. They're isolated. There's nobody else out there like them. And like, whoa, wait a minute. These guys are just like fucking me. Dude, I'm gonna put my foot through that door and see what's up.
I'm glad you said that, man, because that was like a big thing, mostly for my wife, because like there is that nerd stereotype, and she was like, because I told her, I was like, I mean, like most of these guys who I talk to, like they're my age, or most people are older.
They're highly functioning.
You're
adults.
talking about me, aren't you? You're just saying. The old man. Yeah. Shout out to the old man, you fuck.
Yeah,
I look younger than you, bitch.
Yeah, I was like, a lot of them are like married with kids, just in the same spot as we are. And I know, like, when we do our show, and like Josh will, I'm sure, support this too. It's like we bullshit before the show, and we're not talking about toys or nerd shit really ever.
Like, I'm going to tell you right now, if you come to a TF Con, you go to the rock party, nobody's talking about toys.
Never.
Yeah.
That one big, you just sit back and you listen and you walk through the especially the room that we got again, the big suite.
Yeah.
I walk through the crowd and I'm like, everybody's just bullshitting about life and bullshitting about this. And nobody was playing with fucking toys or hanging out with Transformers. We're all drinking and having a good time. And
like whenever, like, you know, we go live and we actually have to like start talking about nerd shit and toys and comics, it almost is like, okay, gotta get into work mode now. You know? Like some weeks I'm like, man, can't we just keep bullshitting? Like,
I do love the fact that we hardly ever talk about toys, so I get burned out on toy talk.
Yeah. Well, that's why I like when we do those little rogue, you know, liquid therapies and hangouts and shit like that, man. You get to know a little bit more about it,
Sam. Like from your point of view, you're a basketball coach, right? A teacher. Like, I mean, you live a normal life. You like toys. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, my wife said that same thing last year at TFCon. She was like, man, like, there's doctors and lawyers and like managers of stores and teachers, and you know, you're in the automobile world and this, that, and the other. Like, you guys come from all walks of life, and you just happen to have a commonality in toys. Y'all like toys.
Yeah,
like,
and it's
breaking a stereotype.
Like at work, like I don't ever talk about this shit. Like I might like some of the movie stuff is like a little bit more mainstream, but like I don't tell anybody that I like fuck with toys. You know what I mean? Because like I'm always worried that like they are gonna make those kind of like short-sighted judgments. You know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah.
And it's like something like it's like an insecurity, you know.
I mean, obviously, you could tell I just don't give a care. I mean, because I got spots.
Oh yeah.
I've had a very small handful of people that are in my business that found out about what I do and do this, and then like they come in the next day like, wow, you're really different. And I'm like, you know what? I wear a costume at work.
That's right.
And we all tend to, you know, wear a costume, and we're at work, and work is work, and we're there to do our job. And when the job is over, I mean, I would love to be able to have a job. Despots. No, honestly, we were there to do our job, and you know, it's cool to talk to people that work with you about things that are similar, but it's very far and near. So, it's kind of weird when people see me outside and see how I am really, and I'm like, well, that's I'm Eddie. They want me to be Ed, you know. Monday nights I'm Dust. You know, meetups I'm Dust. You know, it's kind of weird living that way, but it's funny. It's funny how, you know, when we all get together and then we have this platform. So,
and I think it might be hard. Like it's easier for me to kind of just like in these situations with people who I know I have similar interests with, and that's just like the interests of like the nerd stuff like that. That's all superficial, right? Because you could have those same interests but not be able to connect with somebody.
Yeah.
But it's like just knowing you guys and interacting with you guys, it's easy to come in here and like, you know, let your guard down and just
like I said, we're
freely, you know.
We like those buddies hanging out on the corner. That's what I just tell people, you know. And some people are just a little desensitive. They can't take a joke, or you fuck around a little bit too much. And I get it, man. It's not for you, but that's just how we are, man. At the end of the day, we're hugging each other, man. You know what I mean?
And speaking of that, Dust, I mean, I remember last year when Chris Mayville's father died. Like, we all kind of rallied around him as a group on Facebook. But then, like, I went to the viewing, and Daniel reached out to him personally, and then, you know, people in the group or whatever hit him up. You know what I mean? Like, it's about community coming together and holding you up when you're down. Like, you know, my daughter, when she was sick in the hospital, you guys, you know, supporting her. You know, me dealing with the leg situation. Like, you know, and Josh, you know, that's the biggest right there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Your leg situation.
Well, what's good about that is when people feel comfortable enough when people feel comfortable enough in the group to talk about these things. And when they feel comfortable enough in the group to talk about and put their business out there like that, they're looking for their friends, towards their friends, which they see in the realm, for some support and be like, hey, you know what I mean? It's not about drama and, oh man, this guy's looking for fucking, you know, blah, 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 attention whore. No, you post it out there, man. If someone's in need, you know, we're there. We're always there. You know, I'm always hitting people up. Yo, man, I saw your post on your regular Facebook page, not even in the group. You're going through a hard time, man. I respect you. Keep it up. You got this. I've been in a similar situation, such and such, you know, so it's my job also as being this guy to put this shit together, fucking be that dude, you know, and a lot of us in the realm take on that position, and it's awesome.
Sometimes I remember to make personal posts because I am such good friends with so many people in here. Like I'm like, oh crap, like I do have.
Well, there's a womp womp one. It says it's your birthday, and I wish you happy birthday. So yeah, that's my wife.
Okay.
Yeah, I get that a lot. My bad. March 15th. I'm a March baby. Just know I'm in March. She's in
I remember I hit you up. I said, yeah, I wish you happy birthday a couple months ago, but I'm going to do it again.
That's hilarious, man. But you know what? It stresses the importance of like when you actually do get to meet up in person, because sometimes like when we're doing this and we're having fun and we're hooking up and you know we're here, we're bullshitting. That's what we're doing, you know. But sometimes when you hook up in person, it wasn't until I came home from TFCon and I came home to Jessie and I was like, I thanked her because you know when you got a significant other, you know what I'm saying, and you go to another state and then you're coming back.
99
like, you know
problems. But they would.
I mean, it was just like I was kind of like in tears, and I thanked her. I'm like, listen, thank you for letting me go, because just seeing the community in person, seeing what's been built, seeing how, like Caleb said, how it touches people's lives, like in a way sometimes that you don't even realize. And so you get there one-on-one with somebody and you're talking to them. It's like, holy shit. It's very fucking humbling.
There's few.
It is.
You have the rock party, the giveaway, because we always do the rock box giveaway. So you got the rock pickup, the giveaway, the party, and then you have the group photo. Those are the times you just sit back and like, holy shit, wow! But I'm gonna crowbar something else in there. Remember the time she came to TFCon?
Piggyback,
in Chicago,
and how much of a good time she had, and she said, "Man, these guys are good dudes." So when you bring your significant other, and they get to meet us, and they get to see how we are, yeah, it's about nerds and toy shit, but fucking good dudes.
Yeah, man. My daughter just told me the other night because she kind of got in trouble for some things. She was being a little brat, and I was like, "Hey, I need you to sit on the steps and give me 4 things that you think about. 4 things you're grateful for." And one of them was you took me to Chicago to the TFCon. Like you took me to Chicago to the toy thing, and that right there, man, that's touching. I feel like I'm doing something right. You know what I mean? Like. If that's one of the 4 things outside of your family that you're grateful for, that was amazing. You know what I mean? So like just getting your family involved in something like this too, like Dust was bringing up like your significant others going, and Jose, your significant other coming down there, man. My wife enjoyed the community aspect, but now
I'm bringing Wookie in October, by the way. Wookie's on the world tour.
Hey, and put her in one of those baby carriers.
Yeah, I'm gonna have her on my back. I'm gonna be like Master Blaster. I'm gonna be like Master Blaster. Wookie runs Bartertown.
Hilarious, but yeah, man, like that's all. You know, that's what it's about, man. That's the hangout parts, and that's what this turns into. And it makes seeing each other that much sweeter when you actually hook up. But it also makes it that much more bittersweet when you leave. You know what I mean? Like you get home and you're like, man, like it just wasn't enough time.
Yeah, I missed
it.
Yeah, you know? Yep. That's another.
Like, man, I should have did this. I didn't do enough time to do that, and I didn't do this. Last CF kind of like got sick on Saturday. I spent Saturday in bed. I'm like, fuck. I totally fucking miss so much, you know.
You slept through dinner.
Yeah, I slept through the fucking whole night.
And the hangout, because we hung out back at Chris's room. Just kind of chill night.
And I was fucking really mad at myself. I was down on myself for doing that. But I mean, it happened. Look, Jisk was the same way. Jisk showed up to a TFCon. He was sick on Saturday too. He took it down too. So you just never know. And it sucks when you want to spend that time and he just afterwards you're just like, man, I fucking feel like I just should have just manned up, had some Tums, and just went.
Yeah. I mean, it happens, man. And you know what's crazy is like one of the highlights of that weekend for me wasn't even just the toys. Like the two biggest highlights for me was one, taking my whole family to see it, but two, like getting to sit down and have breakfast with you guys. Like I happened upon that, right? You know what I mean? And was able to sit down and have breakfast and not even talk toys. Like we were just kicking it and chilling.
Yeah, regular shit, man.
Out of that.
That's what I push so much more, man. The toys are great, but the regular conversations and getting to know each other it's where it's at.
Yeah,
I think the toys are like definitely the entry, right? Because it's like the situation that I was in, right? Like, again, got friends, people at work. Like, I wanted those conversations to where it was like the guys at work where they can just go off on sports for 3 hours. They got something in common, right? They got a passion. They got like a hobby. Like a lot of my friends are huge musicians, right? Dude, this riff, I'm like, I have no idea what the hell you just said, but you're really passionate about it.
It goes. Did you hear that?
Yeah, right. I'm like, there's a cool song, great, but like, it's not, but just that it's the passion that they have for what they're interested in, right? It's like, damn, I want something like that. And then when you find a group like this, where it's like, you want to talk to just toys about something because you're not being called a nerd or got like other pressures, from other people that don't understand it, right? Then you're like, oh, cool, I can finally speak about third-party Transformers. Look at this. And then you get to know people and you're like, oh, this is awesome. So it's like, that's kind of like the path I see to this kind of stuff, like, and I think it's great. Like the fact that this is here and that people have been so welcoming, I'm not used to that. And I'm like, okay, so toys was like my entryway. Now, here I am rambling to you guys.
No, not at all, man. I just want more people to actually wake up and realize that there's a home. Yeah. There's a home for you. Yeah. There's a really good home for you, man. Some people get turned off on social media going to certain places, or it's not for them, but there's a home here. There's a home. Just do it. Just fucking do it. Anything else that we want to talk about for this?
I think the guerrilla marketing kits are a great idea. Like, I'll start throwing them out, man. Like, anywhere I go, I'll just start slapping stickers everywhere. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's honestly, I feel like that's something that's not too difficult to get off the ground. So we'll discuss that more behind the scenes stuff. Like, as
we'll make it work, guys.
Like
I'm telling
together. You. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And then if anybody out there is watching or listening, just take, put that 1 foot forward and set up a meetup. If you know a couple of people in the area, just get together, hang out.
Don't be discouraged because it isn't like 50 people. If it's 2, 3, that's how this started.
That's how it starts. That's
4, 3, 4, 5 people. Next show, 7 people, 8 people, 10 people, and then next thing you know, you're like, holy shit, what the fuck? And then this happens, and that happens, and this happens, and you get more people, and you're meeting this guy. You're trying to remember this one's name. Who's that? Who's this guy? It's a fucking blur.
Or even if you're at an event or you're at a booth and you're buying stuff, and you just see a guy that's buying the same stuff, just like, hey, that's cool. Like, just strike up a conversation.
That's it. You don't know where it goes. Some people will be like, thank you, and run. Yeah. Some people,
Those are the ones you chase down and hug.
You can get in some trouble for that.
Josh
I just got maced. That's weird.
What are you talking about? I got a prosthetic.
You tyrant.
I got a prosthetic that I can throw and trip people up. Just ask Dave.
You can run people down, dude. You got a wheelchair. You're fine.
You got it on a retractable cable.
With me anywhere.
You got it on a retractable cable. You throw it like, remember Eddie Murphy with his mom with the shoe? Comes right back.
Here's an idea.
Somebody got to get working on an action figure for that,
Yeah, man. And also, like, just another quick piggyback.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll send you an invoice.
Yeah.
Made a whole $5. You see him put his chest out on that one?
I'm making some money tonight.
Yeah, but don't be discouraged, man. Sometimes people fall off, and that's the other thing. Like, maybe you might get it going, and sometimes people fall off. I mean, I think we only have 3 people that I consistently talk. Well, 4 if you count Matt. That we consistently talk all the time. But there's people that still lurk in our messenger group. You know what I mean? Like everybody is not as outgoing. Some people kind of fall off with the communication, but don't even let that discourage you. You know, focus on those who want to put in and just call. And then, you know, but, you know, don't stop inviting them. You know, put it out there. You just don't have to chase them, you know?
Listen, Eric, I co-sign that all day. Like, I don't think anybody should feel discouraged. Everybody got shit going on in their lives. You know, real life happens. It is what it is. You know, I could go, you know, let's say Josh, just for example, if 6 months went by and I didn't talk to him and he reached out or I hit him up and we started chatting, it would be like if I just spoke to the dude yesterday, you know what I'm saying? No love lost, you know what I'm saying? So don't ever feel like that just because it's been a while either. Don't feel like you can't.
Well,
like,
there's also sometimes people close doors on their own. But say that it was closed on them. You know, it's just weird how things, you know, it sucks. It really does suck, but that's what happens when you have such a large community. You know, you just keep pushing and trying, you know.
You get people from all walks of life. You just got to take people.
Everybody's got shit going on, man. Everybody's got a personal life. Everybody's got, you know, it happens. It happens. Like, oh, look who came back. I mean, recently, Van B back in the chat.
Yeah.
You know, had some shit going on. Had some, you know, got hurt at work. We haven't seen him in a while. He's back. I'm like, man, I'm so glad we didn't lose you, man. He's a good dude, man.
Jay Ruse came back for an episode.
Who? You know, I invented that hashtag, and the hashtag still stands. By the way, nah, man. Shout out to Jorge. He's having a good time, and he's getting his life together. So I'm happy for him.
You know.
Yeah, I was actually speaking to him the other day, man. I was
wow. He's active on social media. He wasn't active for like 2 years. But
I just told him,
off the fucking, he flat earthed us. Right off the side,
dude. Glad you're doing well.
Shout out to Jay Roos. See, like I said, I'll bust balls. Whether you're here or not, I'm busting your balls. It's just part of the love. Love you to death. You know, if you need something from me, you got it, no matter what. But not just that. I brought up Jay Roos. So what do you think? You guys want to wrap this shit up, and we could just take it on, broadcast it, and go back to bullshitting? What do you guys want to do?
Down.
So what do you think, man? A really good conversation tonight.
Yeah, this was good.
Anybody out there that actually sees this and wants to start something up in their area, please hit us up. Let us know. You know, we'll walk. I don't know how we can walk you through it, but we'll try to give you pointers and tips, and just be open and just get it out there, man. Get the word out there, push it, and get more people in this community, man, because that's the only way. I mean, people more and more every day, people find this community and be like, wow, where the fuck have I been? That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm like, man, we're here. And we run the Facebook group a certain way, but it works. It works. It's not the normal Facebook group. You don't deal with the same everyday frustrations that you go to other groups. So
that is true.
You know,
so hammer is a real thing.
Hey, relax. It's been a while. I like the way now, like Facebook groups, like if I have to remove something, I can make a note and send it to the person that posted it.
Yeah.
So it's just like today, someone posted something, there was no attachment. And then I posted, I removed it and said there was no attachment. And just trying to keep the feed clean. And then he hit me up like, why did someone delete my post? Didn't you get my little note? He's like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, it wasn't there. And then he posted the picture and it was there and it was all good. So you know, try to keep the feed clean, you know?
Yeah.
That's it. Anybody else got anything for that?
Do some outros and call it.
Who wants to do outros? Anybody want to do outros? Brian, you got your clipboard?
Yeah, my clipboard. I haven't been tracking the chat though. I've been scraping for tomorrow, Dusty.
Oh, you're scraping for tomorrow? Yeah, man. That's gonna homework, man. Tomorrow's gonna be a tough one, man. The Scrapalizer's trying. I think there's like really shitty news, but we'll see what we could do.
Dude, Brian, you could talk about all the Megatrons that are breaking, dude.
No.
Come on.
I heard about Beast Wars Megatron.
People manhandle their toys. People manhandle their toys. That's not a production issue.
What was it? Like one person?
You can't vroom your dinosaur, man. You can't vroom your dinosaur.
That's the transmetal version that you got to get to vroom it on the roller skates.
What was that one song? Everybody do your dinosaur. What's that fucking song?
Oh, everybody wants a dinosaur.
Yeah, everybody break your dinosaur. Everybody break your dinosaur. I can't wait for these Beastie Boys to be crying like, hey, $300. Yeah. No, I'm just
Dakota be like, I'm glad I bought 4 of them.
That'll probably be on
glad I bought 4 of them.
That'll probably be on somebody's table at NJCC. I'm just saying. Just letting it be known.
Real quick, speaking of NJC, next weekend, NJCC, come see us, come fucking witness what we were just talking about and see what's going on with us and see how it is. And maybe you could take some pointers and sort of show near you or a group near you or a meetup when I know I'm rambling, but you get what I'm saying. Next week, New Jersey Collectors Convention. There's going to be a ton of us there. People are coming from all over the place. Nathan Haskell from Los Angeles will be in the building. Maybe we'll do a rogue concert in the parking lot. Who knows? You never know. We would really love. I would love for us to, because you know how the restaurant does live entertainment that Saturday night. How dope would have been if fucking Nate could have did like a fucking 40-minute set,
a nice little set. Yeah, that'd be dope,
bro. That would have been fucking awesome because I've never been with him when he performed. That would be dope.
That'd have been dope.
See me in the background like this.
Maybe we'll find a karaoke spot. That'll be the next best thing.
Mugging.
You gotta take all those lights to the restaurant.
Yeah. Fuck, I just put them all up, man. That double-sided tape, man, it's tough.
Why is there a bunch of details on the stage? This is weird.
Just make a stage out of details.
Yes.
Like
ladies and gentlemen, I am here. But yeah, man, next week, good time. Get your meetups. TFCon's coming. Anybody else got anything that's in their area or anything else they want to plug for this?
Yeah, man. Motor City Comic Con is coming in May. I don't have the exact date, but I'll be sharing that. Motor City Comic Con is in Novi, Michigan, right outside of Detroit. So yeah, be on the lookout.
Awesome. And you know what I noticed, like for Jersey, man, there's more and more toy shows popping up, man. There was one this weekend. It's just like, wow. It's just like,
yeah, there's a ton.
Yeah, there's no comic shops, but we have toy shows now. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So hopefully other states will start getting this also. So, all right, let's wrap this up. Somebody want to start these outros?
Let's start the outros. Brian Brink, you're first.
There you go. Here he is.
Brian Brink.
You can find me, Brian Brink, in the Facebook groups at Brinkalizer, on Instagram, scraping the news for goddamn Transformers so that I can entertain you tomorrow night on ETR.
You know, it's all right to say there's no Transformer news, right?
Fuck that. Gotta get
the job.
You know what? You got to watch out for what they're going to be promoting tomorrow because,
Oh, yeah.
So I could draw a couple of things,
Yeah, let's do it, man. You got to day off. Draw some stuff.
Yeah, man. I'm on vacation all week, man. I can
get
make
the
some
talker
fake
to
news.
share it.
Yeah, I can make some fake news that we could all talk about.
A little watermark on there.
Yep. That's it. Man's Toys is doing what?
Did you say Advanced Toys is doing a runabout and a runamuck? What?
I have an R.O.C. watermark on something posted on Weibo. Like, R.O.C.'s making toys.
R.O.C.'s got a fucking third-party figure coming. You never know, people. You never know.
That story's
Box art by Bobby Skullface.
It's a transforming mythic legion. It's gonna be great.
Dust Mice is doing a new theme song for the Siege series. Unbelievable. Yo, my beats have been on point lately.
Alternative.
I've been fucking on fire, but I'm not tooting my own horn. Wow. Boy, have I fucking found a rejuvenation in myself. But all right, let's keep it rolling.
All right. Eric B, you're next, brother.
Yo.
Shout out to Rakim.
Yeah, man. Eric.
You owe Dust another 98 cents right there.
Yeah, man. It's on his way. Yeah, man. So Eric and Siobhan Burgess in the Facebook groups at Kennedy's Village on Instagram and Twitter for our Sickle Cell Disease Foundation. Motor City Comic Con's coming up. I may or may not be able to make that. But yeah, I'm gonna try to be there.
He's talking about promoting in the group, and I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah, this guy's like,
I want to get together, but
so
you know what? I'm not gonna be there.
John is coming to my area. We can get together.
Yeah, great, Eric, great. No, we get it. Real life situations.
It's about the walking around part, man. You know, I'm gonna try to make it happen. I'm trying to make it happen. Yeah, man.
You're talking to someone in this fucking chat right now about walking around.
Yeah.
I mean,
at a con. Really?
Come on,
really?
No, I've been feeling a lot better, so I'm gonna do my best to get there on Saturday for sure. So yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah, and that's it.
All right, cool. Well, speaking of walking around, Josh, you're next, brother.
Rolling.
Well, you know, no rolling.
rolling.
You can find me on this channel on Friday nights, along with our little short guy Sam over there, and a couple other places. You know, you'll find them.
All right, Caleb.
He's all over the place like a bad rash.
But topical ointment doesn't get rid of me.
Nope. A&D ain't working on you, buddy. You need to go in and get the shot.
It needs a 99%
paste.
Yep.
Fathers know that one.
You need to get that penicillin. Make that go away. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Kay. Go ahead.
You're being a douche.
Probably shy, man.
Never gonna meet up with you guys. Jesus. I mean, hey, let's go.
If you hang out with me and don't laugh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I know it's stupid, but I'm sorry.
We laugh. Caleb Truitt in the group, the realm, and then Mandalore 2280 on the YouTubes, and then probably
that's who you are.
That's who I was.
Oh,
I am. Star Wars nerd. But then making smart ass comments here and there and everywhere else. So I'm around.
Awesome.
All right,
nice
cool, man. Dude. Yeah, man. Thanks for hanging tonight.
But yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, the Rock Father himself, the host.
Hi, my name is Dust Mites, and I'm sorry. That's how I'm gonna. Hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. I'm sorry for what? For the remarks I'm going to be making for the next 5 years that you're in this group. It's all fun, man. Like that. If you, and I'm number one. I make fun of myself before I make fun of everybody else. And if you can't make fun of yourself, you do not have any right to make fun of anybody else. So I love to make fun of other people, so I make fun of myself. So take that and think about that. But thank you guys for popping in. I want to try to bring back this Hangout stuff live, the R.O.C. Hangout live. So if you guys are enjoying this and you want to pop in and hang out with us every week, maybe Sunday this time might be the time to do it. We'll see. We're going to test the waters. We're going to bring the Hangout back, the broadcast and Hangouts back, and see where it goes, man. Yeah, but thank you guys for popping in. A fantastic fucking topic. Enjoy talking about it. I enjoy talking about anything with you dudes. I love it when we all come together and do this shit. And this is what we're all about, man. So that's enough for me. I'm done. Yeah, as Chris would say, I'm done talking.
He's done talking now. Sam, thanks for hanging tonight. Let him know.
Hey, Sam Mead in the Facebook groups and then on this channel every Friday night with Josh and some other knuckleheads. Thanks for having me.
No doubt. I'm Harrican BX all over social media. Verbally Challenged with Harrican BX. New episode dropping tomorrow at 3 a.m. 12 p.m. for you West Coasters. And it's been a while with these ROC hangouts. It just shows you I'm rusty. I should have left us last. I'm sorry. I should have left them for last. I should have left them last. You used to host
where the fuck you been?
Slap myself on the wrist there.
Before Jose was hosting Breaking the Mold and Verbally Challenged, he was hosting the hangouts.
Well, we're going to be bringing it back here probably on a weekly basis like we were discussing earlier. And we hope anybody listening, watching tonight enjoyed the episode. Anybody watching after the fact, we hope you enjoyed it. And check out the rest of the shows on the Realm of Collectors Podcast Network.
Drop me a line if you want this to come back, you want to be a part of this, you want to try it out. I'm not saying we have to have a set cast, it could be whatever, but I'm not doing it myself. That's going to be right out the box. Right out the box is by myself. Well, unless I have Sarge with me, but
got the Sarge.
But I can't do it myself, man. So if I throw the fucking bat signal out, you want to come in, pop in, we'll make it work. If I throw the bat signal out on a Sunday, nobody's interested, we're not going to do a show. That's it. That's how it's just going to come down. So let's get this going back on a weekly basis. Let's bring back the R.O.C. Hangout. The R.O.C. Hangout is where this kind of all started from. Let's make it work. Let's bring it back. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
All right.
That's it, man. We good?
Night.
All right, we're gonna go on broadcasted. So if you want to join us, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 people in here right now. We got a couple spots left. No matter if people leave, but we are going to be going on broadcasted. Link is in the Realm of Collectors Facebook group. Just pop on in, come on in, and we'll see what the fuck we're gonna talk about.
Nice.
And that's it, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We're not gonna run it through, but thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys. If no you, there'll be no us.
That's right.
Yeah,
Man, that might be the new catchphrase for the Hangout.
Right.
They were,
Smack that like button.
yeah, someone want to remember that? Because I'm not going to remember.
wait, what'd you say?
I don't know what I say.
We'll play it back.
There's no you, there's no us.
Yep, there's no you, there's no us. So there you go. How's that?
Boom.
You know,
Yeah.
grammatically speaking, that works as well.
I'm the worst.
I mean, if there's no you can't have
Dude, I grew up in
the word
Brooklyn.
us.
You know, I barely
I'll
passed
see you
high
on the
school. I was on the corners drinking 40s and writing graffiti my whole life.
Oh,
I'm a very, very simple person, and
I'll
you
bring
can
you
tell,
some.
but you know what? It works.
I'll bring some.
I'm just saying, you
I
made
still make
a double,
more. I still
you
make
made
more
it.
than your father.
Yeah, you made a double joke there, and I tried to point it out to you. I think you missed it.
It was really good.
Mm.
Fucking analyzer's got to crowbar that in. Thanks, guys, for popping in. I really enjoyed it. All right, we out?
Night.
We out.
All right, fuck it. I'm
Later.
broadcasting. I'm broadcasting. We're popping bottles, baby. Peace.